Okay, it's 5 o'clock. I'm about to hit this gavel. Don't want to scare anybody. All right, call to order the Tuesday, October 10th, Calcasieu Parish School Board meeting. We're going to get started with the prayer and the pledge. Reverend Wallace filling in for Mr. Custodian.
Let us pray. Father in heaven, we are just so grateful, God, for your faithfulness, your loving kindness, and just your continued mercies that you shower down upon us every day. Thank you for your blessings, God, that you continue to demonstrate in our lives, God, and the gratefulness, Lord God, of our hearts is that we're here and alive and breathing, and we thank you. Right now, Father, as we present this meeting to you and this time to you, Father, we ask right now, Father, that you would just touch families, Lord, in our community, in our state, in our nation, and in this world right now, God, who has been affected by tragedy, death, and whatever it may be, who are grieving. We lift up all circumstances to you, and we ask your blessing, God, and your perfect will to be done in the lives of your people. We ask your will as well to be done in this meeting on this night, God, that all things that are done, said, will be decent and in your order to accomplish your purpose and your plan. We thank you, Father. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call, please. Dr. LaFar.
Yes, sir. Ms. Ayo.
Here.
Mr. Baumgarten.
here.
Mr. Bro. Here. Here. Mr. Castile. Ms. Fontenot.
Here.
Ms. Gay.
Here.
Mr. Hardesty. Here. Mr. Natale. Here. Mr. O'Banion. Here. Mr. Pichon. Here. Mr. Roberts. Here. Mr. Tarver.
Here.
Mr. Wallace.
Here.
Dr. Washington.
Present.
We have a quorum.
All right, we're going to get started with the, approval of minutes, the first item on the agenda. Got a motion, Mr. Hardesty, second. Somebody down there, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Okay, that's done. Moving on to agenda item number 4, which is presentations. I'm going to mention one thing first. We got positive presentations. We love having positive things to report, and especially we love having people in the crowd to see the positive things to report. And believe it or not, we do enjoy having people here to see what we do. So thank you all for coming. And it's our honor to have you here, and you're welcome to come, even when there's boring stuff on the agenda. You're all more than welcome to come. We got some positive stuff tonight. Go ahead. 4A, video recognition of Martin Payne.
I echo what you just said, and there is never anything boring on our agenda, in our experience. But you're exactly right, Mr. Tarver. Whenever we have opportunities to highlight individuals in our system, we want to do so. And we don't want to just do it in silos. We want to promote that messaging, and we love more than anything to bring that message and those individuals to you on these special nights. We have an individual that, we hear about their model behavior. We know they do their job to the fullest. They uphold their responsibilities to the job description, but they go beyond the job description, and they establish relationships within the system, within their school, that are long-lasting. And we have one such individual tonight, and I would like to call up, before we play this video, I would like to call up Mr. Martin Payne and Mr. Eric Hine. Mr. Eric Hine is the principal of Vinton High School, and Mr. Martin Payne is the custodian / crossing guard at Vinton High School. If they would come up, and then also I'd like Ms. Holly Holland, our public information officer, to talk about this project.
So I'm not supposed to have favorites, but I will say when we finish this project, it might be my favorite thing that's come out of our department in the 7.5 years that I've been here. It was such an honor for me and Eloise to be able to go out and spend some time with Mr. Martin. Phenomenal human being, and we are so blessed to have him here in Calcasieu Parish. While we were shooting this video, I don't even know if he knows that I heard him. He was sweeping the stairs, and I was following him with the camera, and he quietly said, This is such an honor. And I start crying on the stairs. I'm a crier, but I did, because in that moment, I was the one who was honored to be able to share his story. But it's such a testament to who he is. When we mentioned what we were doing for National Custodian Day, we had a little bit of a different plan until I visited with Mr. Heinen, and as soon as he shared his thoughts about Mr. Martin, I knew that that was end of story for me, and that's where we were headed with it. And I'm so, so grateful that we were able to shed a little light on Mr. Martin and all that he means to the Vinton community. He's quite the jokester. We went out to get some footage of him at the middle school that morning where he does his crossing guard duties. And he totally fooled Eloise and I, told us he didn't know who we were, what we were doing there. And we felt so bad because we thought Mr. Heinen had not prepared him. But he was totally joking just to pull our legs. And I'm glad that he put a smile on our face that morning, and we could see that he did that for all the kids at Vinton High as well. So we're glad to recognize him tonight. Mr. Heinen, do you want to say anything else? Podium is yours.
Thank you for the recognition for Mr. Martin. Mr. Martin is a blessing to the entire community of Vinton. Everybody knows Mr. Martin. Everybody at Vinton we all work a little bit harder because of Mr. Martin, and you'll see in the video, we'll talk about it a little bit, but Martin's not the only one who does things at Vinton High School, keeping it clean. We all do it, and we all do it because out of the respect of Mr. Martin. When our teachers have a hard time with kids getting their homework done, our kids pick up other people's trash because of Mr. Martin. It's that rapport he has at Vinton, and really explaining it doesn't really do justice. I'm truly blessed, and our faculty is truly blessed to have Mr. Martin show up every day. Thank you.
In the halls of Vinton High, you'll see the normal hustle and bustle of a high school campus. Bells ringing, students coming and going from class to class. But you'll also see the school's local legend, Custodian Martin Payne.
Mr. Martin, he's an icon at Vinton High School. He's been here for a long time. He's probably the best person on our campus, and sometimes I really believe that he might be the best employee in the whole district.
Like, he always welcomes us in the morning. Like, he sees me in the hall, he's like, "Good morning, Mama." And he always has a smile on his face no matter what. When you're having a bad day or something and you need like a little smile, he's always there to like pick you up and just make you have a better day.
He's just so impactful for the students, for the teachers, for all of us. I mean, you can't describe how great Mr. Martin is.
His mornings are spent safely guiding students across the street at Vinton Middle School before continuing his day just around the corner in Vinton High. Different locations, different duties, but the same call to serve those around him.
I look forward to being around the kids. I know most of them by name. The teachers, I enjoy the teachers. They keep me laughing.
Mr. Martin's career spans 30 years, but it's clear the legacy he's leaving behind will last much longer than that.
Because of Mr. Martin's character, because he is such a good person, and like there's such a respect there that it makes the kids want to take care of the school more because they don't want to let Mr. Martin down. They don't want to disappoint Mr. Martin, you know, like they go around and pick up stuff, and it makes them take pride in the school because of the amount of pride that he takes in the school.
He gets things done, and he kind of leads the way for the rest of us to follow him. He has a charm about him that the kids love. To have somebody like Martin that loves his job, despite it probably being one of the toughest jobs we can do on a school campus, it just is, it's an inspiration, and it puts everything in perspective for us.
While it's clear Mr. Martin is leaving his mark at Vinton High, the school is certainly providing a little something for him too.
Happiness. I try to tell everybody, you only here for, say, maybe till you're 80, which is kind of morbid, be happy with what you got, be happy with what you're doing. Nobody asked me to do the job. I asked for the job, so I'm going to do the best I can.
And until the day comes for Mr. Martin to make his final sweep, his smile, laughter, and charm will continue to flood the home of the Lions.
Hopefully a little tradition here. We give out to all of our principals, our school board members, what we call a leadership pin. And with that leadership pin, we bestow upon them the privilege of representing this district, Calcasieu Parish School System, as a leader. And without a question, without a doubt, you are that individual.
All right, 4B, recognition of CPSB students having attained perfect LEAP scores.
Speaking of honoring individuals in our system, this is another opportunity to do that, but before we do that, if Miss Ashley Bartlett is here, can she stand up? Miss Ashley Bartlett, could you come up? The reason why I want to recognize Ms. Bartlett is we get a lot of emails, as you're aware, right? You guys get a lot of emails. You get a lot of complaints. Well, we get a lot of emails and a lot of complaints from parents, from different people, for all good reasons, of course, all good reasons. And sometimes you get an email that has you reflect and ask yourself, that's a great point, why not? So, Ms. Bartlett emailed me and said, after receiving her child's LEAP scores, I was surprised to learn that Calcasieu Parish does not acknowledge or hold any events that celebrate the students who do earn a perfect score. This had me asking myself, this is her speaking, why not? These students dedicate themselves to academics. As the Calcasieu Parish superintendent, would you consider having this change? Bossier Parish recognized their students last year for this amazing achievement. Well, at that moment when she said Bossier Parish does it, dadgummit, Calcasieu Parish is going to do it. So with that being said, thank you for the email. Guys, this is why we're here tonight. I'm going to have Dr. Van Meter call out the student's name. And when you come up, we have a gift for you to take home and display proudly throughout the community.
Dr. Bentley, real quick, is it, I'm sure it's a lengthy list, should we hold applause? Is that what we're doing?
We can, yes sir.
Let's hold applause until we get the group of
We
kids up
have
here.
the list by subject matter, so after we finish, for example, ELA, you guys will stay up here and we'll take a photo of you from Ms. Holland.
Ready? So this is going to be 3 through 8 science. James Anderson, Frash Elementary. Tiffany Antuioban, Prion Lake Elementary. And Jack Millslagle, LeBlue Settlement Elementary. That's your 3 through 8 science. You're gonna need this. 3 through 8 social studies, we have one student, Isabella Moore from DeQuincy Middle. Three through 8 ELA. Ahmed Azmi, Nelson Elementary. Kinsley Bartlett, Cooley Elementary. Ellie Durio, Cypress Cove Elementary. Henry Hunt, Nelson Elementary. Jaden King, T.H. Watkins Elementary. Adelie Knight, E.K. Key Elementary. Vidalia Lacey, Cypress Cove Elementary. Luna Love Hera, Preon Lake Elementary. Landon Marshall, Moss Bluff Middle. Emma Mesh, Maplewood Elementary. Isabella Moore, DeQuincy Middle. Jack Pardue, Dolby Elementary. Rocky Pecorario, Nelson Elementary. Miriam Schwartz, Bell City High. Josephine Stupy, Preon Lake Elementary. Chloe Thompson, DeQuincy Middle. Cage Wheeler, Moss Bluff Middle. That's your ELA students.
Great job.
For math, 3 through 8, Oliver Richard, Cooley Elementary. Maddox Bordelon, Cooley Elementary. Jace Gentry, Vincent Settlement Elementary. And Josie Tilton, S.J. Welsh Middle. It's your middle school and elementary school math. We'll now do our high school subjects. So some of these are middle school students, but these are all high school ELC subjects. So this is Algebra 1. Nimra Abbasi, S.J. Welsh Middle. Mohammed Buyan, Barb High. Limai Chen, S.J. Welsh Middle. Jackson Cross, S.J. Welsh Middle. Maggie Dressler, S.J. Welsh Middle. Olivia Guidry, Moss Bluff Middle. Rishmit Gupta, S.J. Welsh Middle. Reese Haley, F.K. White Middle. Marley Hyatt, F.K. White Middle. Chloe Landwehr, S.J. Welsh Middle. Joshua Lasher, S.J. Welsh Middle. Leo Lynn, Maplewood Middle. Aiden Louvier, F.K. White Middle. Conlin Mai, S.J. Welsh Middle. Landon Marshall, Moss Bluff Middle. Kellen Mouton, Bell City High. Colin O'Neill, S.J. Welsh Middle. Miriam Schwartz, Bell City High. Miles Shelton, S.J. Welsh Middle. Case Stroud, F.K. White Middle. Emily Tran, Barb High. Kang Vo, S.J. Welsh Middle. Bruce White, Barb High. Maxwell Wilson, F.K. White Middle. And Maya Worley, Moss Bluff Middle. That's your Algebra 1 perfect scores on the ELC. Now we have our English 2 students. Claire Como, Sam Houston High. Avery Corona, Sulphur High. Gabrielle De La Rosa, Westlake High. Emily Felice, Sulphur High. Emma Fontenot, Sam Houston High. Audrey Fuquay, Sulphur High. Jude Guillory, Iowa High. Ethan Harger, Sulphur High. Avalon Landwehr, Barb High. Morgan Ledoux, Sulphur High. Radeline Lejeune, Barb High. Catherine Leslie, Barb High. Reese Manuel, Barb High. Eden Owens, Sulphur High. Allie Richard, DeQuincy High. Louisa Rosowski, Barb High. Carly Stroud, Sulphur High. Addison Trahan, Sulphur High. And Abigail Vincent, Sulphur High. That's your English 2 perfect scores.
I'm sure we got a few more of these, but whenever we're done with all of them, we'll take a quick break and kind of let everybody clear out if people want to. 4 more. Yeah.
Lastly, we have geometry. Jimmy Chin, LeBlanc Middle. Gavin Eisen, Barb High. Lily Min, Barb High. And Siler Williams, Sulphur High. That's your geometry perfect scores.
Okay, that's the last of them. Let me do one thing real quick. Let's have all the parents, or if you're a caretaker of one of these kids, if you're a grandparent or aunt or uncle, you guys stand up too. Parents and caretakers, y'all stand up for a minute. So there's obviously a whole lot of work that goes into a perfect score on really anything, but nobody ever said the league test was too easy. So that's a big deal. I want to tell you parents, thanks, and mostly on behalf of our whole board, I want to tell you guys that are in here, thanks for trusting us with your kids. A tremendous responsibility. We know it's a tremendous responsibility, and it's an honor for us to have your kids in our system. So thank you for trusting us. Thank you for trusting us with your kids. Let's take a quick break. Not that we think you guys are not here to hear the committee reports, but if you'd like to leave, now's the time to do it. We'd love to have you stay and hear the committee report.
Well, they may want to hear the superintendent report, then we can take a break.
After let's take a break, and after the
hear about your gift.
Yeah, let's do the superintendent's report, then we'll take a quick recess.
Sit down, students. Hurry up. Hurry up. You have each received your Head Start report. Head Start programs conducted fatherhood meetings at all sites, topics discussed for planting seeds in your child's life, and STEAM activities. All sites celebrated Grandparents' Day. Over 500 grandparents were honored during these events. Policy Council meeting was held on September the 18th, 2023. Policy Council officers were elected. The following items were approved. August 2023 meeting minutes, financial report for September 2023, director's report for September 2023, attendance report for September 2023. You've each received your school population report reflecting the numbers from the end of August to the end of September. I would like to report our September 2023 sales tax numbers for our general fund, which shows collections at $1,904,996, or 13.3% above budget for the third month of the 23-24 fiscal year. Collections are $1,439,390, or 9.8% above collections for the same month last year. After 3 months, collections are $3,472,631, or 7.9% above budget, and $1,987,526, or 4.4% above the same period last year. Hurricane information, the summary was included in your packet. I would like to introduce Ms. Lori Smith of Federal Programs and Summer Royer, Curriculum Coordinator of Cypress Cove Elementary, to come up to the podium. The Calcasieu Parish School Board has earned a 2023 Partnership District Award from the National Network of Partnership Schools at Johns Hopkins University for the district's Literacy Night initiatives. The award is designed to recognize districts and schools for making progress in strengthening its leadership on partnerships and for guiding schools to develop goal-linked programs of family and community engagement. In addition to the district award, Cypress Cove Elementary earned the Partnership School Award. This award was for the Butterfly Summer Release at the Cove. Curriculum Coordinator Summer Royer is here representing the Cove. So can each of you kind of give us a quick summary of that award? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
This past spring, we hosted a butterfly release for our families. We started at the beginning of March, watching the life cycle of the butterflies in each one of our classrooms. And the children were able to read books about the different butterflies and watch videos and complete tasks on it. And then at the end, when it was time to release, we invited the community and our families out to enjoy this process. It was definitely a memorable moment for our staff and for our children.
Thank you, Summer. I am Lori Smith, the Family Engagement Coordinator, and I just have to tell you that it's such an honor to see all these students here tonight and all the success that you've had. I would like to recognize our district literacy team. So if you're in the room and you've been a part of the district literacy team for the last couple of years, would you please stand? don't want to leave anybody out. We have Miss Willona Jackson here. Dr. Shannon Lafargue is part of our team. Dr. Jason Van Meter, Mr. John Spikes, Dr. Jill Porche, Casey Pugh, Maureen Kelly, Beth Ferguson, I think Beth is in the room, maybe not. Jackie Simeon, Miss Veronica Goodley, Juliana Hare, Brittany Lozada, Mr. Owen Clanton, Dr. Michelle Jubert, Wilford Bourne, Miss Tina Steels. And if I missed anybody, I apologize, but I want you to know this group is great fun. And I have been the Family Engagement Coordinator for 24 years now, and this has been the biggest project, and I am so proud to say that all of the departments in this district came together to help with this project so that we could welcome families into our schools, have some fun, do some reading, play some games, have some snacks. So if y'all haven't been to one, come on and join us, because we're doing it again. Mission Literacy. Come on.
Dr. Michelle Jubert is here tonight with their policy council members. She is Dr. Jubert.
Over there. Yeah, if you would like to come up and introduce them.
Good evening. So we do have some of our members here. We have a few in the room, so I'll just introduce them because I do know who most of them are. We have Miss Shayla Palmer, if you'll stand. We have Miss Inez Street. We have Miss Strong. We have Miss Willis. I just don't, we have a lot of names here. So we have Miss Garza. And then we have Miss Alexis Celestine. We have Miss Noya Bernard. Am I missing anyone else? We have Miss Brittany Sonye. And then from Jake Tross, I have members all over. In the back, we have Miss, oh, this is a little different than theirs. Miss Manuel, please stand. Oh, and I'm missing one more. Miss Young. And Mr. Celestine in the back. Well, look at here. If we would just have all of our members to stand then. Thank you so very much.
The Southwest Economic Development Alliance will be here tomorrow morning to provide customer service training to all of our principals and directors. Of course, customer service is one of our points of emphasis, so we're trying to sharpen our skill sets tomorrow morning. You each have a box with a sticker that reads, "The power of you, what is your message?" Every department head and administrator in the district received the box and the rock that is inside the package. The message on the rock reads Rocks and Ripples and has our logo, CPSB logo, right above the message. Rocks and Ripples is used metaphorically to describe the impact and influence of a message. As I told our administrators and directors, your message to your faculty or department is the rock that is thrown into the pond. With intentionality, your message can manifest into significant ripples that will reach far and wide, thus producing the desired effect of impact to purpose, intentionality, alignment, communication, and then the message we have for all of our students and teachers and faculty and staff for ultimate growth. I wanted to end the superintendent's report with that and ask the students who are living by the Rocks and Ripples approach, their impact will be lasting. That ripple effect will go far and wide through their families, through their schools, through their communities, through their educational journey, through their future families, and so on and so forth. So rocks and ripples is something that we talk about all the time, and you get it in your points of emphasis. So again, students, as we allow you to leave with your families, we challenge you to have that rock and ripple approach, and we appreciate you coming tonight and celebrate your achievements with us. So thank you.
We're going to take a 2-minute break. Super fast, 2-minute break.
Turn that thing on.
Let's see if mine is here.
start filtering back. All right, we're ready to pick back up. We're on agenda item number 6, which is there's nothing, no executive session. Agenda item number 7, there's nothing, no action. Agenda item number 8 is the committee reports. First committee is the Budget and Fiscal Management Committee, which I will read because I was the chair of that committee. It's kind of long and there's a lot of numbers in it. I'm going to do the best I can. Calcasieu Parish School Board Budget and Fiscal Management Committee met at 5 p.m. Tuesday, September 26th in the boardroom. A quorum was present. Mr. Bourne presented the first item on the agenda, which was General Fund Budget Revision Number 1, including revenues and other sources of funds of $379,622,535, an increase of $2,334,611, and expenditures and other uses of funds of $372,689,000, a decrease of $533,000 over the original budget. General Fund Budget Revision Number 1 projects a current surplus of $6,933,000, resulting in a projected unassigned fund balance of $48,188,000, or 12.69% of projected revenues. On a motion by Mr. Hardesty, seconded by Mr. Castile, it was recommended that General Fund Budget Revision Number 1 for 23-24 be approved as presented, and that is the motion on behalf of the committee. Any comments on the motion? Does not require a second coming from committee. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. Passes unanimously. Moving on. Mr. Bourne then presented a review of the annual comprehensive financial report for the 2022 fiscal year. The general fund had a surplus of $17,675,000 after all sources and uses of funds. The general fund had a total ending fund balance of $105,875,000 with $41,033,000 unassigned. He also presented the audit reports from the ACFR, the single audit report, the statewide agreed upon procedures report, and the management report on behalf of our external auditing firm, Postal Waite and Netterville. The school board received an unmodified clean audit opinion. On a motion by Mr. Bro, seconded by Dr. Washington, it was recommended that the annual comprehensive financial report, single audit report, statewide agreed upon procedures report, and the management report be approved as presented, and that's the motion on behalf of the committee. Does not require a second. Any comments? Go ahead, Mr. Bro.
That is a big deal. Good job for you and your whole department.
27,000 years in a row, right? Pretty much. We've pretty much always get excellent reports on what do they call it? Unqualified reports. Yeah, nobody's going to jail yet. All right. Let's see. That motion was on behalf of the committee. Didn't require a second. No more further discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. Passes unanimously. Next item presented was school audits. Mr. Foster, Internal Auditing Director, briefly discussed several school audits and recommended the following audits be approved. School audits for Brentwood Elementary, Iowa High Middle School, E.K. Key Elementary, Vincent Settlement Elementary, Vinton High, and Westwood Elementary. There were no significant deficiencies and no failed audits. On a motion by Mr. Castile, seconded by Dr. Washington, the school audits were approved as presented, and that is the motion on behalf of the committee. Coming from committee does not require a second. Any comments? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. Passes unanimously. Mr. Bourne then gave an overview of the status of hurricane recovery funding. This is for information purposes only and did not require a motion for action. There being no further business to discuss, on a motion by Mr. O'Banion and seconded by Mr. McReynolds, the committee adjourned the meeting at 5:55 p.m. This concludes the Budget Committee report. Thank you guys for the patience on that one. Moving on, now we have item B, the Long Range Planning Committee, which will be presented by Dr. Washington. Go ahead, Dr. Washington.
The Calcasieu Parish School Board Long Range Planning Committee was held on Tuesday, September 26th. The meeting was called to order by Dr. Washington, Chairman. The prayer and pledge of allegiance were led at the previous Budget Committee meeting. This committee is a committee of the entire board. The first item on the agenda, the HVAC plan. This item was for information only and was presented by Dr. LaFard. JCI updates. This information was presented by Dr. LaFard. Mr. Tarver offered a motion to accept the staff recommendation to extend the JCI contract for 1 more year, but be prepared to go out with an RFP for other offers when this contract expires. Mr. Hardesty seconded the motion. Mr. Tarver stated that JCI would be welcome to submit a proposal for the RFP, but would note that they would possibly be competing against multiple vendors. Added to the motion was an amendment to the contract to increase their manpower to 17 employees from the current 10 dedicated to CPSB work. On a vote, the motion carried with 1 vote, 1 nay vote. On behalf of the committee, I submit a motion to approve the recommendation. A second is not needed. Do we have any comments? Ready for a vote? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The next item.
I'm supposed to call for the votes, huh? Okay, yeah, I'm supposed to call for the votes. Yeah, that's my bad. Go ahead. So whenever you're done, just present it to me and I'll call for the vote.
Okay, the next item, bi-monthly payroll. This item was for information only and presented by CFO Wilford Bourne. The strategic plan initiative focus. This information was for information only and was presented by Dr. LaFard. Prior to adjourning, Mr. Castile asked for an update regarding the lean fraud study. Ms. Ayo and Mr. O'Banion asked for information on the health clinic for CPSB employees, a more simplified salary schedule, and the possibility of the recent state stipend for teachers, $2,000, and support personnel, $1,000, being permanently added to the salary schedule next year, and it be funded by the general fund if the state doesn't fund it. On a motion by Mr. Castile and a second by Mr. Hardesty, the meeting adjourned at 7:59 p.m. And I believe we have a blue card.
Oh. Thank you for the reminder, Dr. Washington. Mr. Sam Baines.
Hello, my name is Samuel Payne. I'm the regional director for the LAE, which I serve 10 parishes. And I come to address you about giving a permanent pay raise for all support personnel. I see you have it in your agenda, but I think really I want you to give it strong consideration because our people are struggling out there. And even if that raise is given, it's going to be less than what they can live by. The living wage in the state of Louisiana is $16.15 an hour. And I would like you to figure out to do a long-term strategic plan to get it there. I'm not begging as much as it is, but they are. We cannot continue to have employees working below the living wage and not be able to be competitive in their financial lives. Please give it a strong consideration. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Baines. That's the end of the committee report. Dr. Washington, that's the end of the committee report. Okay. And you guys have copies of the recommendations that were made at the end of that committee meeting that involved some of them were pay raise related. You guys had that, right? She mentioned them in the report. All right, moving on to, let's see where we're at, 9A, approval of Louisiana compliance questionnaire. Go ahead, I guess, Dr. LaFar. Or, I don't know, go ahead. I don't even know what this is, but Damon is making a motion.
Second.
It's a requirement for the audit.
Okay. So we have Mr. Hardesty made a motion and Mr. Pichon had the second. So, any questions or comments about this one? Summarize, what are we approving? Just 10 seconds.
Basically, there's a lot of questions in here about, did we comply with this law, that law, that law, that law, that law? Most of these answered, yes, we've done all those sorts of things.
Okay, gotcha. So it's a questionnaire you filled out and we're approving it. Gotcha. Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. Passes unanimously. Moving on, item B, approval of sales tax supplement resolution.
So moved. Second.
Got Mr. Hardesty, and Mr. Wallace. Motions and seconds?
Yes.
Go ahead, Dr. LaFar.
As you know, you've already approved the comprehensive distribution of our stipends. That was the plan, but every time we approach the issuing of the stipend, we have to get approval by you, the board. You have the resolution in your packet. The amounts actually went up a little bit by $25 for non-support personnel to $7,025 for non-support personnel, and for support personnel, $4,920. In addition to that, as a reminder, we're giving out the $2,000 one-time stipend from the Louisiana Legislative Action this last legislative session, and $1,000 for support personnel. So again, the totals will be $9,025 for non-support personnel and $5,920 for support personnel. That'll be in this payment for this month.
All right, any comments? Okay, seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. Passes unanimously. Moving on, permission to advertise item A, 2 serving line pieces and related equipment for food services budget.
So moved.
Got a motion, Mr. Hardesty, second, Dr. Washington. Any comments from explanation or anything? Any questions or comments? All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. Passes unanimously. Item 11, bid reports, there are none. Item 12, hurricane bid reports for ratification. Item A is S.J. Welsh Middle School Repairs Project, K&J Development, $4,620,000, base bid only. Mr. Roberts' motion, who was the second? Natalie? Any questions or comments? All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. Passes unanimously. Item number 13, correspondence, there are none. Item 14, condolences and recognitions. We'll start down. Ms. Gabe will come this way. Go ahead, Ms. Gabe.
Yes, I have two. Board member Karen Hardy McReynolds lost her father, and Mrs. Anna Green, who taught in Calcasieu Parish School for many years, she passed away.
Please include me on Ms. Hardy as well.
I'd like to be included on Ms. Hardy, but I have two from myself and Ms. Hardy. One to the family of Ms. Eunice Dent, who was a longtime educator here in the district. She passed, or her homegoing services were this past weekend. And then one for Mr. L.C. Guillory, the family of Mr. L.C. Guillory. He was, for a number of years, state representative and was very instrumental in our community here in Calcasieu Parish and throughout the state. Thank you.
And I want to make sure that we got something for the Wade Gillies family. That was the coach at J.I. Watson Elementary.
I want to be included on that.
Just include me on this case.
Second.
Good. Good.
Might do that from home.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, Ms. Hardy.
Ms. McReynolds, make it from the whole board, yeah. Natalie, anybody? Good? Okay.
And for, hey, just for your knowledge, we already sent that letter.
Okay. All right.
I've got one, it's Ms. Mary Jane Bond, the letter will go to Ms. Felicia Coleman and Dr. Felicia Coleman. And That was her mother that passed away, and also Miss Ayo and Dr. Washington wanted to be included.
Lynn Dennison, a retired teacher from Iowa, lost her mother a couple days ago, Miss Sally Fontenot. And wanted to send a letter to Wade's mother, Bonnie Kelly. And letter recognition, Sherry DeTola is LaCue Middle High Teacher of the Year Award. She'll be given that in November.
Okay, Employee Benefits Committee, 5 p.m. November 30th, just a reminder, and the C&I Committee immediately follow that. Let's get a motion to adjourn.
A moment. I'd like,
go ahead, Ms. Gay.
yeah, I'd like to ask for a point of personal purpose. I'd just like to ask if, when I was elected to the board initially, there was an opportunity at the end of the meetings before we dismissed that we could share with the superintendent so that he could share with staff things that we kind of got away from that. And I thought it was very helpful, and I just want to ask the superintendent if you could reconsider that. Because when we're sitting here, we're making notes, and then we have to call you, and you would know what's on our minds and be able to address it, or at least let the individual that stated it know that it was already being done. But I thought that was a good practice, and it's something that we might consider going back to.
All right, Ms. Gay, I'm going to take that one real quick and remind everybody, this is our meeting. It's not their meeting.
Right.
It's our meeting.
It's our meeting, but we used to be able to say, could you please investigate this, or that?
I'm on your team. I'm with you. I'm on your team. We should let Russell know if you want to have it was called suggested agenda items is what it was called, and you can mention it to Russell. We did similar. It might be better to do it at the long range planning committee meetings instead of at their general board meetings. That might make more sense, but we can talk to Russell about that.
Okay.
Oh, Dean just thankfully reminded me to remind you guys, and I have not done this either, but we have superintendent evaluations to do, and we went over how to get those. Just get them to Mr. Belfer somehow, right? Yeah.
I have a question about those. Is that coming from the state? Is that like generic that all superintendents?
That is our document. That I was not in favor of making it as lengthy as it was, but a year or two ago we redesigned the whole thing, and Mr. Delphos was kind of in the head of making a new one, and that's our document that we created. So it's our document to evaluate our superintendent. We can change it if we want to. It would just involve adding it to an agenda item, getting it changed, but there's never been a whole lot of interest to change it.
What's the purpose?
So there's an annual evaluation of the superintendent. It's not anonymous, but it's sort of, he gets like a combined score and stuff, and he gets to see it, but that's our evaluation of him. So it's done annually. We should do it 4 times on our term. So it's
required by your contract with the superintendent.
Yeah.
Okay, and I don't know if this would be under letter recommendation, but I had a parent call today that had been up to the media center that was raving how wonderful it was and how wonderful every single staff person was there. And I said I would give a shout out to them.
They actually made the certificates for tonight.
Good deal. All right, anybody else? All right, let's get a motion to adjourn. Motion and a second, all in favor say aye. Aye.